Hey, what's going on, guys? Nine Toes here, and I'm back with another live gameplay commentary for you guys here in some Minecraft Tekkit. Today I want to go over some red wheat, and here is a look at my red wheat farm, shack, whatever you want to call it. Something I had put together and whipped up. Now, one of the things that interests me actually in IndustrialCraft is, of course, the crops and whatnot, but this is where I started out with a greenhouse that I now basically built into, I guess you could say, a two-story situation here. But just like what I did before earlier in my crops video, where I have a 3x3 configuration dirt donut that I commonly like to call them, with a water source block in the center, right above it glowstone, and then right above that some sort of hood or some sort of protection on the top, and that's really more for, you know, the mobs and even for myself or anybody else that comes in and tramples and whatnot. But what I have done, and again, that's kind of an automated system that I have there. What I mean by automated is I've got a Cropmatron that automatically feeds fertilizer and hydration cells into a system that maybe if you guys are interested, like I can maybe cover or do in a different video, but that's not what we're here to look at today. Today we're looking at obviously red wheat, but what I more commonly done is I go into, for example, my little side nursery, and this is really, again, this is not automated. I have to do everything by hand. So I've got some coffee there to the left, starting some Aurelia here to my right, with a water source block here in the center, all my supplies and goodies and whatnot here. The reason why I'm showing this to you is, again, the difference between the 3x3 and the 2x2, but you'll quickly notice that what I've done is the planting blocks are obviously one block up from the ground, and then of course here the plants that do require light or good light, I have them right above as well too, for the dual purpose of, once again, I don't trample the plants, mobs don't trample the plants. You know, my buddies that play on this survival multiplayer server don't trample the plants as well too, because some of these can be a pain in the neck to do, especially if you're trying to do red wheat. But now the one given on red wheat, in the event you weren't aware, is that it is a low light, or what is, I guess you could say, is commonly known as a night plant. So actually, here we go. Let's take a look at my red wheat farm. I just didn't know what else to call it, but so I figured it was kind of appropriate. But what I did is it's a one massive room, completely self-enclosed. And what I've done is, let me just make sure that I have my my brightness is at just all the way max. This is as high as it'll go, because it's going to be super dark, and I'm going to try to obviously adjust this in post as well too for you guys, so you guys can take a look. But what I did is one step down, which isn't really necessary, but I just like that. But as I step in, you'll notice that you have kind of the protection wall, and that's again to eliminate the outside light from leaking in. But here's again kind of what I did in the nursery is the 2x2 pod water source block in the center, and with the red wheat that you can see already growing there. The recommended setups, or the recommended recipes, is netherwort and netherwort, or Aurelia and Aurelia. And what I've done, as you can see here, is I've started doing the Aurelia, but I got one Faru out of it, and the other one, I'm not certain what's going to come out of that one. But here I'll be very honest, I got very lucky. I don't know if some of you guys that, for example, have tried to grow hops or taro wort as an example, it can be a kind of a frustrating experience. But this is my second shot at growing red wheat. This pod was actually the very first one that I had done, and what I did is I put another wort there, I put another netherwort here in the corner, and then this guy here, which, as you can see where it says parent netherwort, is where I ended up basically crossbreeding, and it became, once again, I got lucky and got more red wheat out of it. So, because I didn't want to kill the original plant and or take it down, destroy it, with the risk of I don't get a seed bag. So, but this is again what they said that on the wiki is the best way to basically get it. But as you take a look at, like I said, inside, there's no windows, no nothing. this is completely self-enclosed, so it's actually really, really dark in here. Another thing I want to also show you guys is the flooring. Now, again, don't give me any, style points, if you will, for the carpeting in here. The purpose of this is these are microblocks, and let's also remember, mobs can't spawn on microblocks. So I just happened to whip up something that I thought was, well, I thought it'd be kind of cool, at least, but you're not going to be looking at the ground, very often anyway. So, but keep that in mind when you're, trying to create a room. In again, the reason for the high ceiling, this vaulted ceiling, it's 9 blocks high. Wiki recommends at the very least 8 for air quality. And there's the reason why, again, you'll notice that I don't have, for example, this guy. I don't have, the iron blocks or anything above it, because everything is redstone on the interior. Red wheat for it to spawn and or grow needs to be, the surroundings need to be between light levels of 5 and 10. Redstone is right at 7, so it's obviously perfect for doing so. But don't use the redstone lamps, because the redstone lamps are just as bright as glowstone. You're not going to obviously get red wheat that way. But like I said before, the drawback is it's it's pretty freaking dark in here, and dark enough for it to spawn mobs if you have, for example, wood planks or anything else. So use microblocks or half blocks, or whatever the case may be, to obviously prevent from the mobs from spawning in here. Otherwise, you'll have a frustrating time just try to grow these guys. So anyways, that's essentially again just some tips to get you going. I'm gonna try to see if I can obviously replant any of this. I was very lucky to, obviously, as you can see right before you, first time I'm taking this down and getting a seed bag and some redstone out of it, and thank goodness I was able to get 2 out of it. So here I even brought my my crop analyzer, so that we can obviously analyze it, take a look at it. Come on, one more. And again, it's kind of apologize for the lag. It's clearly because of the recording, but there you go. There's obviously, first look at the red wheat that I've just happened to plant and harvest. And if we look at obviously the stats, tier 6 plant, and one more. So not really the greatest. Obviously, this is the first cross, but growth is 0, gain is 3, resistance is 1. Not again too super, oh my god, horrible, but I've definitely seen better. But this is the first round, and again, I mean, as you cross over and over and over and over again, the stats do get stronger, so you get better results. But resistance is 3, so this is actually not bad. It's just growth is 0. Just means it's just slow to grow. But anyways, guys, that's essentially it. I mean, if you like I said, if you have been trying to get red wheat and maybe not had the greatest success with it, I get it. I got it. Totally understand. Actually, you know what? I kind of messed that up. I'm going to take these down. I didn't, because now that I have, obviously, just remember, since I have the red wheat seed, it's easier to obviously cross now that, or duplicate, if you will, if I do it that way. So if I drop you and just kind of let you be and let you do your thing as it grows, and when that matures to 100%. Again, it's dropping the seed bag, I know I'm going to get another red wheat. As long as the conditions obviously in the interior are fine, then I'll put down my crossbreeding crops, and again, I'll have a better chance at getting more red wheat out of it. And once again, why would you even want to have this? Is believe it or not, actually the plants do they actually emit a redstone signal, which you could use for any number of things if you really truly wanted to. Otherwise, if you had a bunch of these plants set up, you can, in essence, essentially have kind of your own internal organic forever supply of redstone. So anyways, guys, hope you picked up maybe some helpful tips with this, and if there's anything else, obviously leave it down below. Otherwise, take care, guys. We'll see you around the next one.